Yeah, welcome right in the coombe for William Hill with super scoreboard legend Mark Guidi. How are you, Mark?
Good.
Good.
Pleased to be here, Simon.
It was meant to be Alex Ray, but him and Davy Farrell have been spotted throwing snowballs at the St Mirren boardroom. Good to be on, mate. First.
I'm delighted to be on, but I take it you're really scraping the barrel. This weather must have taken its toll if you've ended up with just as well. I live in this boozer, isn't it? I can nick in.
Right, mate. On to Rangers. Impressive against St Johnstone. What do you think of the key differences for their upturning fortunes?
I think you're right. They were really good for an hour. Really impressive against St Johnstone. And even though St Johnstone haven't had the best of form at home this season, to go to Perth and win 4-1 tells you about what's going on at Rangers at the moment. Obviously, Josh Windass is in a great bit of form. He's at 10 goals in 7 games. He's really looking the part. Russell Martin's settled in. Tavernier's playing well. But the one guy for me, there's actually two. I think Sean Goss, the middle of the park, has been a real fine. Lovely left peg. Great at set pieces, great delivery. And the other bonus has been Greg Docherty has probably made an impact quicker than maybe what even Graham Murty thought, you know, in terms of it might have taken a wee while to find his feet. But it's clicking into place just now for Rangers, and they're a threat, that's for sure.
Impressed with the job Murty's doing?
Yes, absolutely. You look at what he inherited 4 or 5 months ago. He inherited a bad lot. He inherited a fractured dressing room, low in confidence, and he had to unite them together. And it's clear that he's got a bond with the players, and the players are playing for him, that's for sure.
Celtic's game's not been rearranged for midweek, so it'll be 6 points going into the Old Firm game, all to play for.
Oh, cracker. A week on Sunday, Ibrox, I think in Celtic's last 2 visits to Ibrox, Pedro Caixinha was the manager both times. Was it 2-0, I think, back in September, 2 or 3-0, 5-1 back in March, April time last year. But Celtic face a different animal, and if you look at Rangers' performance at Celtic Park on December the 30th, the 0-0 game, Rangers played well that day. I'm a big believer in the law of averages, Simon, and I think Rangers are due a turn against Celtic, particularly at Ibrox. So for me, on current form, we don't know what the weekend will bring in terms of injuries and stuff like that, but in current form, all things being equal, for me, Rangers go into that game very, very slight favourites. Good
for the first time in a number of years. If Rangers do win, there could be a genuine title race on the...
We need it, the country needs it, and that's taking nothing away from Celtic. They've won 6 titles in a row, they've been terrific, and I would never be critical of Celtic. Last season was brilliant, and all the titles they've won before it under Neil Lennon and under Ronnie Dyler, they have to go out, and they can only beat what's in front of them, and they've shown the proper commitment, the proper attitude, the proper mentality to go and win 6 titles in a row, so they won't be easily dismounted. But I just think they're not quite firing on all cylinders at the moment, and I think Rangers might just have a wee edge. That said, Scott Brown and his players know what it's all about, and you know, they will be absolutely up for it at Ibrox, that's for sure.
Talking of Scott Brown, what about that tackle on him for the Aberdeen boy? And then he got up and walked a bit like you on a Saturday night. What did you make of that?
Listen, it was a poor tackle. It was the right decision, a straight red. There was no doubt that if that was another player, they could have, you know, it could have been the triple roll and then another triple roll. But Scott Brown being Scott Brown, he was up, and the referee made the right decision.
Aberdeen again lost to Celtic. Why do you think they can't get a result in these big games? Celtic and Rangers seem to struggle.
Well, you know, I think Aberdeen have become easy targets for people who want to be critical of them, and they've not got the bottle, and they've not got this, and they've not got that. But you look at it, and I know it's not always down to budgets, but you know, Celtic's, I don't know, average wage, Celtic are shopping at players comfortably at £10,000–12,000 a week. Aberdeen are looking at £2,500 a week. So right away there's a difference, and I think you've got to give Aberdeen credit, because for the past 3 or 4 years they've kept Celtic on their toes a bit, you know, and have taken them as far as probably we would all expect. So when you take everything into account, I think Aberdeen do well. Yeah, but a lot of averages, they probably should have had a victory by now, you know, out of the last 9 or 10 games. But there'll be nobody more disappointed about that than Derek McInnes and his players and the Aberdeen supporters. But you've got to remember, Celtic, you know, the strength in the squad that they have, the winning mentality, all that, you know, it's not easy to beat Celtic.
Do you think that frustrates Dale, that he's expected to challenge these teams? And maybe the reason why he'll eventually leave Aberdeen?
Well, that frustration will come from within, not from any outside pressure. But will he eventually? Of course he'll leave. Will he go on to bigger and better things? I've no doubt. Derek's, what, 46, 47 years old. I think next month's coming up to the 5th anniversary of him at Aberdeen. And if you look at what he inherited at Aberdeen and where they were for the previous 5 or 6 years under him, he has taken that club on and absolutely stabilised them and made them a force again.
Yeah, done a great job. On to Hibs, Neil Lennon sent to the stands for the... Yeah. I watched the game, Kevin Clancy thought he was at a rave with that whistle. What did you make of Lenny's actions? Out of order?
Well, first of all, I agree with him. I don't think it was a penalty kick. Yeah. I think Kevin Clancy got that one wrong in terms of the handball. It wasn't a penalty for me. After it, you can understand the heat of the moment, Neil Lennon. But on reflection, I think Neil's admitted it himself. He didn't handle it properly. And what happened was that Neil should have kept the focus on the decision, on Kevin Clancy when he was doing his post-match stuff. But it then kind of became about, Neil became the story in his reaction rather than actually the focus of what he was getting angry about. So I think it's one of them. I agree with him, but it's probably a lesson learned for Neil, and no doubt he'll probably get a ban from the SFA.
Yeah. On to the bottom, Owen Coyle sacked from the Scottish Premiership League. What did you make of that? Right, weird time with Thistle next week coming up.
Yeah, they're down there at the bottom. You could probably say they're a wee bit isolated. They're certainly favourites to go down. Oney's been in there for 4 or 5 months, just never quite managed to turn it around. I know Oney well. Sandy Stewart, his assistant, I like them, a lot of time for them. But whoever goes in now, you've basically got, what you're looking at, 9-10 games to go and save it. If anybody can keep Ross County up this season, then they'll have done a marvellous job, and I'm sure they'll be well rewarded by Roy McGregor for doing so. But I think the best I can hope for is maybe to try and get into the playoff. But at the moment, if you're asking me for a free William Hill bet, I would put it on Ross County to go straight down.
Brilliant. On to the Cooping, serious stuff. Derek Ferguson bet against his family, went against his family last week.
I watched his boy Lewis playing. I was at the Hamilton Thistle game last week. His boy was terrific. Young Lewis.
Better than his dad.
Lovely left peg, helped set up the winner. He's got a bit of class about him for sure.
Nice. Okay, Celtic versus Morton.
Jim Duffy, I like Jim, a lot of time from Super Scoreboard colleague, but I can't see past Celtic with this one. Celtic to win by a couple of goals.
Okay, Aberdeen versus Kelly.
Stevie Clark's working wonders there. Aberdeen won at Pittodrie against Killie a few weeks ago. I'm going to go for a draw on that one to go to a replay.
Okay, Motherwell versus Hearts.
I think this is another really tight one, live on the telly on Sunday. I'm going to go Hearts to sneak it 1-0.
And Rangers versus Falkirk.
Paul Hartley taking Falkirk back there. Rangers in a rich vein of form at the moment, scoring goals. I'll take Rangers to win that by a couple of goals.
Top man. Cheers, Mark.
Thanks, Simon.
Cheers.